Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am Bozer.
It's so few of us. Hi, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Britt.
And it's a special Alsvid Kid episode, y'all. We've never had this.
All right, so you can sit away now.
So what?
No! It's my turn for the spotlight.
It is. You know what? It's a great episode. It's not an Alsvid.
No. It's a team. It's buddy cop episode.
Buddy cop episode.
Because last week we had Sirkin, Wayland, and Theo, because you two were unfortunately able to join us, and now the tables have turned. Everyone else is unfortunately able to join us, but it works out because I want to play out your side of the day while the rest of them were up to some shenanigans. I'm excited. I know that we were messaging previously because I thought we were going to have a fuller table this morning. I mean, this evening, or whenever you're watching this. And I was like over text kind of playing some things out on this side. And now that we get to actually play it out in real life, I say, disregard those messages. Let's do it live. Let's see where the dice may fall.
That's good.
How was your guys' week, though?
It was a week.
It's been a week. That's for sure.
Are you guys ready for Kissmas?
No. It crept up on us.
Uh-huh.
It was like Thanksgiving, and then it's like...
What has happened this year? Can we just talk about that? Like,
I don't know. Time is soup.
time's a weird soup.
It's a weird
Time is
soup.
weird soup.
The years start coming and they don't stop coming. Honestly, the older I get, every year feels like it flies faster and faster.
It does. It does. And that's... I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't figured that out yet.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Yet.
I'm feeling older faster, that's for sure. My back hurts. I'm carrying the streams. No, I'm just kidding.
You're about to in this episode. We're going to focus on Alsvid all day, all the time. We're going to finally get some real backstory out of you.
We're going to awkwardly stare at you.
Not role playing. No.
No role playing. Not at all.
No role playing. That's not what this is for.
We're going to awkwardly stare at you the whole time.
It's alright. You can stare at me. I'm used to people looking at me.
By the way, Lucas, are you using the correct mic input?
Should be.
I feel like it's not actually using that Yeti in front of you. I'm so glad that we're doing this now.
It's not. God damn.
Well, let's jump into this episode of the Cloudscape. Last week on Cloudscape, it was another split party episode. Kit and Alsvid kind of got placed in the corner of the Knights of Axiom.
Put babies in the corner.
Because while Wayland was being introduced, as well as Alsvid, to the Knights of Axiom, it was a little less tense. They're getting a little used to people just showing up. While it's not preferred, it's part of the gig, I think. And so since they'd last been away, 2 days, they had discovered that the police had come into custody of another mysterious leather-bound tome found in Haven's apartment after Sirkin trashed the place and laid the suspectation on the Knights of Axiom. So, upon hearing this, the Knights obviously want that tome and sent the other party to go fetch it from the Citadel and placed you in the workshop with your father and Baubelt to work on a mechanism that would negate the effects of X in a vaporous form. They made it to the Citadel with the help of Vox navigating the tunnels and were ready for a big scary heist, but of course Theo, being Theo, smoothed his way in, was attacked by a cop that used a little excessive force upon his when they arrested him at his house or took him in after his house was assaulted Alsvid, you had left the premises.
Uh-huh.
But that cop that he filed a formal complaint against actually got let go and was ready to throw hands on Theo in the commander's office because he wasn't a cop no mo. But it was quickly shut down by other light guard, and Theo came out on top, had a nice interaction with the commander. After the commander had just left the funeral of Alden Gold, which happened today. And he managed to convince him to give him the leather-bound tome for 24 hours. And having only a day, they were off to spend a fate point to make Truman, the fashion designer, a past forgery artist in his former life. And he was going to recreate the book in 24 hours, or at least that's what they were hoping for, as they made their merry way towards his shop. But meanwhile, back in the Knights of Axiom, you two were in the workshop. Kit, they thought that maybe you could help this project. And Alsvid, they thought maybe you could run some items in case they needed it. But you both find yourself in the workshop. There's a room full of long workbenches along the walls. Baubelt and Tobias are starting to plug away on this machine that Baubelt has been having some trouble with. There's some other items in the shop strewn, projects that never made their way to fruition, as well as another large vehicle that looks kind of like a car. It's not, but not quite. What would you like to do?
Kit is going to be mad at the rest of the group because, of course, they tell her that she can't come. So she's gonna sit in a chair, arms crossed, with her feet up on a table, like pouting.
No, you can't play with us. We're gonna go have fun. You gotta stay with your dad.
No.
And Tobias is starting to look over the project that Baubelt's working on. And looks up towards you. I don't know. Could sure use a skilled set of hands on this.
And she's not gonna say anything but turn her face away.
More hands make less work.
He turns to you. Would you like to help?
I'm not gonna lie, this is not my it's not really my thing, but do you need anything?
And he turns to Baubelt. How are we doing on parts? And with her big bottle glasses, she presses them up and she's like, actually, I managed to make it this far, but it seems my igniter switch, the one that would turn the X, negative X, nega X, we don't have a name for it yet, into a vaporous form. It's busted and we don't have anything else like it. I don't know. I need something that could do that. Do you know a part somewhere?
I mean, it's like a switch. It's like,
well, we're not really the switch. I need something that would superheat the formula, and to a certain degree, so that it would turn into the vaporous form, but not too hot, not too cold. But I'm stuck.
Do you, okay. Do you have any ideas? I can go, but like shapes and colors, if you could give me a good picture of what I need to acquire.
Oh, 1 second. And she grabs a scrap piece of paper and a pencil and she just starts sketching away. And as you're looking over her shoulder and sketching, it appears as something. It's kind of round. It's got kind of a flat bit with a nozzle on both ends, almost as if one end would go inside a canister, per se, and the other would be the exit for the vapor. But within that small round shape, she's sketching this little mechanism that has this small switch and a wire that superheats, and with a small gauge in it so that it goes to just the right temperature.
Yeah, okay. So that seems a little more complex than just a switch.
Would this be something like Kit would probably be overhearing this conversation?
Haha.
Do you think this would be something that she has in her garage, or something that she knows someone, like her connection, like, you know, in the mechanic world would have?
Roll. You can either roll lore if you want to try to remember something in your shop, or actually roll lore. See
Okay.
if you have connections.
I have a +0. 1.
Oh,
It might make you think of something like you might find in an engine. You know, engines turn fuel into, like, ignites it, but nothing this specific.
Can I use one of my aspects to reroll one man's trash is another woman's treasure? To, like, basically, it might have been something that when I was, like, looting a, like, you know, oh, hey, here's an old car that I took apart or something, and it might have been something that I found and was like, oh, this might be useful later.
Sure.
Okay. Da-da-da.
You're doing a reroll, not a +2.
Let's just give it +2. 'Cause
Okay.
honestly, I'm afraid I'm not gonna.
Then with a +2, that's fair on the competence ladder. You do recall taking out a piece of an engine that, again, is like the igniter switch in an engine, and you start overhearing, you start to kind of piece together how you might refashion that to be something useful that you might be able to use it for. Again, it's a car engine is very different than what they're needing. This would almost need something like a smoke bomb or a smoke grenade, but less ragtag, like very specific. Otherwise, it'll burn through the X, or it won't heat it enough to turn into a large vapor.
complex science.
Yeah, it's no wonder that we don't have a part like that. They're not easy to come by, but I
Or
don't know.
it technically doesn't exist.
That's one way to say it.
Okay, so I gotta find something that may or may not even exist.
And then you see like a light of recognition in Tobias's eyes. Actually, there might be a place where things that have not yet existed exist now. A building that is made to press towards progress in the use of X. What if we made a trip back to the Institute of Progress? You recall, the Institute of Progress is episode 1. They were opening the Faust Gold Institute of Progress that Liana exploded out and escaped from. The one that Tobias had previously
Ransacked, right?
well,
Or he
made his
walked,
way
he broke
in,
in and got, right?
created a problem to give a cover for a reason for them to later come in and fix while trying to nab the formula that they did.
Yeah.
I mean, that place has got to be jam-packed with weird stuff, right?
Not to mention, people.
And
Yeah,
people
my
who are looking for you.
Yeah. You're right. It was dumb.
No, it's not dumb, but it's dumb for you to go in there. It would have to be. And she looks at Al.
I mean, yes.
But also, sending someone who doesn't know what they're looking for is also dumb.
And here, I drew a picture. She hands it to you.
Yeah.
And in that picture, it's, even though it was a rough sketch, it smells more like a schematic.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like
she's-
a CAD drawing.
Yeah,
Almost.
she's very skilled at this. And last episode, they established that Baubelt actually drew the map layout of all the tunnels throughout the entire city. She's showing to have a mind for that kind of thing and being able to skillfully put it onto paper. So it's not a rough sketch. It's really nice. It just was done pretty quickly.
I think at this point, I'm just like gonna walk up. I'm assuming they have rolly chairs. I'm just gonna take Kid's chair and push it at one side and be like, look, I understand there's a little bit of tension right now, but
A little bit? Is that how you're describing it?
look, I don't have to deal with this, okay? I don't have a family.
I'll give you one. You want one?
It gets us out of here. It gets them what they need. You know what you're looking for. I know how to
Mm,
not get looked at. I don't know. I'm not good.
as long as you buy coffee, I'll go. Say yes. Say
like,
yes. Say
why-
yes. Yes.
Why are we?
Yes.
Why are we going up to get coffee to then go do a secret tunnel back again to get? Fine, we'll go get coffee.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go with Al. It's better if someone knows what they're looking for. So,
And Tobias shoots up. And you can see in his eyes, like, he wants to say no. He wants to protect you. He wants to make sure that you're not doing anything unsafe. But immediately he feels like he's lost the right to father you at all. Be careful. So, you guys are just gonna break into the Institute of Progress again? Wow, this is turning out to be a banner day.
it's just, this has been my last. She counts on her fingers, like, the date. 5? She looks at Al. 5 days?
It's all kind of a blur. I don't know. I think I hit my head during that explosion.
Time is soup?
Time is soup. Did you hit your head? Time is soup? What?
It's the fumes.
It's the fumes.
So, what's your plan?
I don't know. I just kind of.
We just came up with the plan to go. What makes you think we already have a plan?
The plan is to not be seen.
Yeah, the plan is to
What
not
else
be
do you
seen,
want?
get your part, and come back. That's it. Ta-da!
Okay, but if you get caught, don't mention the Knights of Axiom. Otherwise, we'll have to kill you.
I'm gonna throw you right under the bus. And Kit grabs her bag and starts walking up the stairs.
No, but
Kidding!
they will kill you. So you exit that area.
She gone.
Do you follow Alsvid?
Look, guys. I'll do my best. Hopefully, she doesn't cause any more issues.
Okay.
Back out.
Did you call me an issue?
I didn't say it. What? Hey, we have to dye your hair. I'm kidding.
So you are in the lower tunnel to the Knights of Axiom. You're driving the bus. What are you doing?
Am I driving? I'm assuming I'm driving.
Yep. That's perfectly fine.
What I've asked, maybe I swallowed being a sassy butthole for a little bit and went back to Baubelt and asked her what the best way to get to, like the quickest way to the building is from underground tunnels.
Oh, actually, if you go back to the war room, the map on the wall, you can see previous path we had to draw out, from previous dealings. So you can just follow that path. I don't know if you can take a mental picture. I can. That's how I drew the map.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome. And she turns and starts tinkering away. And as you exit again, Tobias is just like looking over his shoulder, looking really worried.
I'm gonna pay no mind to him. I'm just gonna go to the war room and quickly sketch out, if I was to lose it, that it's not very descriptive. It's just kind of lines.
Like left, right, left.
Yeah.
Sure. And then are you hopping on a cart?
Probably, if it's the fastest, if it's far enough away.
If we have means, I mean, come on.
And is there anything that you're trying to take with you to prepare for this at all? Other than the things that are on your person?
I'll probably have I don't want to look like a sore thumb. Probably not. Just probably look very undescriptive.
Okay. Do you have lock dust? The stuff that they draw on the walls that unlocks the tunnel entrances?
I probably would have grabbed some when I was in the war room.
Okay.
If I was remembering previously, that's how they open doors.
Alsvid?
I think I'm okay. Do they have around, in the war room, is there any kind of smoke screen for the oh shit factor if I need to obscure the scene?
Roll investigation.
Where is that? Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's a 0.
So the war room's, it's full of people. And I don't know, I'll ask you. So last time that they broke in to the Institute of Progress, it was kind of a big deal. It was, it almost put the Knights of Axiom at risk of being found out. And so now you're going back. Do you want Naraya to find out? Or, Bob will ask you for this favor. Bobble's kind of a loose cannon. Chaos.
We have that in common.
This is... Because, as you're entering the war room, looking around, writing things down, Naraya was still in there. That's where... So you weren't here last week, but that's where they just had the conversation. So you see this room full of people, including Naraya. So would you try to do these things stealthily, Like low key, or do you not care if she notices?
I care if she notices. I don't want her influence of any kind.
Okay. So as you're both coming in, making notes on a map, looking for some sort of smoke screen, roll a stealth as well.
Oh yeah, I can do this. Maybe I can't do this. That's a 2 for me.
Am I rolling 2?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were only talking to.
Because you came in, you made notes while looking at the map. Which, as far as Naraya was concerned, she thought you were just going to help in the workshop.
-1.
Ooh, okay. So, Alsvid, as you're doing a quick glance around the place, you're trying to be stealthy. You just kind of bop in. You're new. You're not a recognized face to many of these people. And so as soon as you walk in, you sense the eyes on you, which kind of cuts your investigation short. And you just kind of pop in, look around, maybe play it off like, oh, I'm just checking out the place, and then bop out. But Kit, as you're looking at this map and like scribbling down some notes, from behind you, going somewhere, Kit?
You know, you should wear a bell so people know where you are.
I like to walk lightly and carry a big stick.
You broke her.
That's so weird. Okay. Yes.
I might have
Yes.
gotten that wrong. I think I read that somewhere in the tome. I might have misquoted it.
I'm just looking for the fastest way to get somewhere.
Where would you like to go?
A place.
Now, we're not being deceitful now, are we, Kit?
What would I have to hide from you?
That's my question.
Do you want me to roll?
Roll deceive.
God.
And she's just standing there stoically, like, she's got these bright, almost golden eyes. And while there's a stern look, there's like a loving, but you know that she's going to stand there until you tell her something. And she's okay with awkward silences.
It's a 1.
I thought you were helping your father in the workshop?
I am. They need a part.
Oh, I see.
So, Al, my friend, and I are going to retrieve that part.
Again, she's just bearing into your soul with a stare.
I don't think Kit would be. What kind of role would I make to like just steer back or like equally?
Do intimidate or provoke.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? A 3.
And as she meets your gaze, I don't know why I'm pulled to trust you. Even though I know you're up to something. I cannot stress enough what's at stake should this place be found out by our shared enemies. Don't fuck up.
Nothing I have that I could fuck up ties me back to you. So, me walking into a place to get a piece, they're not going to point at you should I walk out of there without paying.
Let's make sure of that.
I'll promise not to rave my Knights of Axiom banner high. And I'm gonna turn on my heel, and I'll be like, I'll say, I'll see you later.
I hope so. And you step out, and are you headed towards the carts?
Yes.
Okay. So there's that familiar room that you had previously been into, and the one that brought you here. You can jump on that cart, and you can follow your map. And it takes you through the tunnels. Again, it's like a 15-minute ride. You realize that you're headed towards the Prism District, Prism Square. And you see the writing on the wall that's kind of guiding you towards that way. And there's a familiar staircase leading up towards the street.
Do we know, would we have read on the map where it would have come up, or is it not on the map where the door...
map that you were looking at is more of a map of the tunnels rather than a map of the city.
Okay, so it's not necessarily telling us where we're coming up, like when we came up before it was the flower shop.
Right.
Okay. But are any of my question to you, Bozer, is any of these places that we like are they all like in a secluded, or am I just popping out into the middle of the street? Because there are a few that just pop out in the middle of the street.
You saw on the map that there were some entrances to the tunnels that had like a red X on them.
Mm-hmm.
As if like not safe, don't take these. But this one was marked. So you can only assume that it's going to be in a safer place. It's not going to be just in the middle of the street.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably, because we don't know what we're walking into, it's probably best if you go first.
Well, let's do my job.
So you head up the stairs?
Yep, I will steadily peek my head through whatever doorway, entryway that there is, and kind of scope out the surrounding area.
Roll a perception.
Ooh, baby. That is a +3. Quick maths.
So you poke your head out the door, and you're immediately met by an alleyway. A tall wall, and looking directly across from the door, there's a dumpster. And if you look to your right, you can see a street. If you look to your left, you see an L in the alleyway. And just as Sirkin had done once before, this is the very alleyway from episode 1, across the street from the Institute of Progress.
Go. I'm just turn my head, be like, Kit, it's safe to come up. We're literally across the street from the Institute.
Okay. So she's gonna hurriedly run up the stairs and pop out into the alley, and I think like not nostalgia, but like remembrance is gonna come through her head. She's gonna chuckle to herself.
You turn towards that L, and you remember that's where you broke Nan's foot. Good times, good times.
Meanwhile, I was like, I don't know this alleyway.
You don't? You weren't there.
You never made it there.
Nope.
That's funny. That's funny. I forgot.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's like mid-afternoon. So there's people walking the streets, some cars driving by. At this point, there's people now going, if you look across the street, going into the Institute, coming out. But there is a large construction crane blocking the side street on the Institute. And it's patching up the area that had previously been exploded days before.
Hmm.
No, is the Institute of Progress, is it like public, or the only people that are going in and out like people who work there, or is it like you can go and check things out, or what type of people are perusing the area?
How close to a public library is this?
Yeah.
It's more of a workplace. But being a new building, people want to see, and the main lobby, you've heard, has kind of a bit of a display or an exhibit for people to, if they wanted to come in and see. It might showcase some things for the future, but for the most part, it's a workplace.
All right. So what's your plan? I have a idea, but it's only to get in the building, and after that I don't have much more.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on where in the building we need to go, to be honest.
Well, I don't think we'll know what to do until we get in there. So, from what I've heard, there is a display, something in the front. That's just, as a mechanic, I am so interested in learning and listening to what they have to say. So, let's go be tourists.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could go be tourists.
And then we can play stupid tourist.
I mean, that's not hard. I'm not the smartest. I don't. It's just, yeah.
Okay, so I'll try to find the bathroom.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I thought this was the way to the bathroom. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that could work.
Until we know what we're working with, I think that might be the best way to just lightly approach it. I'm sure once we'll get in there, they'll have some sort of direction on where to go.
At least where we're supposed to go, and then where we're not supposed to go. There's also construction, though. So, I mean, who's gonna ask a lot of questions with somebody with a clipboard and a high-vis vest?
I mean, I've done it before.
So, I do agree. Let's go in. Let's kind of get the lay of the lobby, and we'll make the decisions from there.
Okay. Kit's gonna take out her notebook as if she's, really interested in the information in the lobby. as if she wants to take notes, and she's a super fan of the information. So she's gonna go in and basically, stand around. Yeah, okay, never mind. My brain's going way too fast for me this morning.
So you're headed into the lobby, and you're
Yes.
having a notebook so you can pretend to take notes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so as you cross the street, the facade of this building is large, and it's got glass windows that go all the way up. But the staircase is wide and taller than it probably needs to be. Almost like, when you walk into a law office or a court of law, sometimes they just have stairs for days. And there's large pillars flanking the sides of these stairs. And as you enter the front doors, these big glass doors whoosh, open up, slide open. And immediately you are met with this large lobby with high ceilings that can house this large statue. It's this large stone statue with a woman standing taller above some other individuals. And she's in this flowy cloak with a crown that's somehow floating and rotating around her head. And this crown is not made of stone, but some silvery metal that almost glows. And she's looking down upon these three individuals with almost a loving glance on her eyes. And you might recognize her from growing up religious as Octaris. And she's looking down at these three kingly individuals. One older, one less old, and then a younger individual in the middle. And you would recognize these as the three kings of Aurora. The original king, William, stands to one side with his hand on the shoulder of the king that you would know from the history books as King Hamlin, his son, who is looking down with almost a sterner look on the youngest of the three, the current king, King Praxis, with his hand on his shoulder. And in Praxis's hands, they're cupped, and this mote of light is somehow suspended within his cupped hands, and it's just eternally glowing with a slight motion to it as he's looking down with almost wonder in his carven image. Along the edge of the inside of the Institute, they're made of bronze, is almost a historical telling of the past 150 years. If you immediately turn behind you, you would see in the engraving almost like a smoke. And as you turn your eyes around the room, you see these pillars starting to pop out of the smoke, with one kind of set in prominence that you would recognize as the city of Aurora. And then you see almost progress in the progression of the use of X. You see almost like somebody looking sickly and dying, and then in the next image, they're feeling strong and healthy. You see almost like machinery and engineering, almost like they were using stone tools, and then all of a sudden they've evolved to this amazing works that they do. And then on the far side, you see like this huddled masses And then amongst them, you see somebody like flying, as if they are taking the next step of evolution in the human story. Also in the lobby, it's kind of a large open area. You see some other people milling about, some families showing their children. They're pointing up at Octaris. You see one person kind of come and kneel before just for a moment and kiss their hand, touch their head, touch their heart, and then touch the carven cloak of Octaris. There is kind of a bay of security. There would be kind of metal detectors, though you would imagine that they're beyond just metal detectors, especially in this day and age. But beyond that, you can see these escalators going up to the more private places of this institute.
Kit's gonna turn to Al and say, I'm glad our tax money is being put to good use.
I mean, they always use it so well.
Well,
You gotta go, up there.
yeah.
Gotta get their money's worth,
Well, this isn't what we're looking for. So,
Yeah, we're not gonna find what we need, obviously, in the lobby, but there are the elevators. But I'm kind of packing right now. I can't go through the fucking... There's no way.
wait, what? Why can't you go in an elevator?
No, the detectors.
Oh.
I'm just like milling about.
Huh. Kit's not packing, so
You wanna take the wrong door?
yeah, I'll take the wrong door.
I can stay down here for just don't 5 minutes, alright? Don't go crazy. Just try to figure out what floor is what.
Okay. And Kit's gonna be like looking in her book, and she's gonna act like she's like, okay, and she's gonna walk towards the elevators, and press the button to go up.
Okay.
So in the lobby, there is a public elevator on one side. But like I said, the escalators are some stairs behind the security.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So are you still headed towards the elevators or the...
I think we should do the elevators first. And kind of maybe see if there is
What's
a
more
way to...
public?
Yeah. To kind of get a more lay of the land of other floors. And then maybe come down and I can play Stupid Tourist a little bit more. Because there might be a way to beep boop, boop boop beep boop.
That's the technical term.
Upstairs. Like, a room or something like that. Or just a doorway or, alternative something or other.
Elevator,
but I
stairwell,
feel
the
like-
maintenance hatch to...
But if I feel like I'm going straight for the escalators, they're going to be like, ew. So.
Sure. So you step into the elevator, you push the button, and it opens to you. As you open it, this family, mother and two children kind of run off, and they're all excited. And you step on, and you really, from this elevator, you see G for ground and 2.
Well, only up. And I press 2.
Okay. So that takes a moment, takes you up to the 2nd floor, and you step out, and still within this lobby, there's almost a secondary balcony area. And at this point, you can see you looking like face to face with Octaris. And well, it's just a little bit lower because you can still look up and see her, but now you're a little closer eye to eye with the past kings and current king of Aurora. And this is more like a viewing deck for them to get a better look at the statues. Towards the... So if you imagine like a big U shape, the elevator brings you up one side. You can walk towards more the front of the building and look at the statues face to face. You can go around the side, and there's some benches. There's even a restroom down a short hallway, and then through the back of it, the other side of it would be the back of the statues. There's this large like waterfall that's just kind of creating a faux wall, and kind of obscuring the more private areas beyond. So there's just a slight rush of water sound constantly in this lobby. And you can also see the engravings along the edge of the wall a little clearer from here. And there's also a gift shop.
Of course.
Is there any staff doors or anything in this area
Roll perception.
besides that? Right. Good thing I'm good at it.
Except now.
0.
Yeah, you're glancing around, and I mean, you see some doors that maybe you would expect were like a closet, that's cleaning supplies. Nothing that says staff only, keep out, back entrance this way.
Anything maybe with like key card, like a key card thing on the wall, or anything like that?
You don't notice with a 0.
Poop.
There's a staircase. In case the elevator doesn't work, they do have to have stairs. So you do see a door marked with stairs.
Let's take the stairs down.
Okay. Step into the stairs, and you see the stairs obviously go down. And as soon as you walk in, you are met with another door. This door says employees only.
Is there a key card thing?
There is. What you doing, Mr. Stealth? Mr. Rogue?
I'm just trying to get a beat on who's actually going to work and who's coming and going from the escalators. Just trying to see if it's like one of like a badge on here, or if it's like how people are wearing their stuff. Kind of just trying to get how the uniform of wear is for people entering and exiting.
You're still on the main floor lobby?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Roll perception.
That's not bad. That's a what's my perception? It's a 4.
Nice. It's great on the ladder. So as you're scoping out the place, you see a lot of families and passer-goers, but towards security, it's a mixed bag of kinds of people. You see some white coats, like lab techs, walking in. You see some other people in suits. it's almost like, business casual, depending on their role. You don't see any like anybody in full coveralls or something. You'd imagine that those kind of employees would probably come in through a different way. But as they are going through security, they step up and they empty all their pockets, put it in a small tub, and if they have any sort of bag, it's being searched. You're noticing big bags, small bags. Even if someone's got a small clutch, they still open it and go through it. And you're also noticing that on the way out, they're doing the same. They're looking through, making sure that no one's leaving with anything they shouldn't be leaving with. And then they step through this detector and they stand in there a moment. And there's a slight white light that kind of glows around their whole body. There's even part of it that kind of circles the entire body. And there's someone looking at a screen and waving them through. At one point you notice somebody steps in kind of a hurry. And they make them stand there and they're looking frustrated. Thing spins around and it flashes red for a moment. And security tells them to back up. Runs it again. Flashes red for a moment. And they kind of step into a small sequestered area, almost like a small gated portion just adjacent to the detector. And they pat him down. And they take a small Q-tip and they have him open his mouth and does like a swab of the inside of his cheek, puts it in a small tube, gives it a shake, and you can't quite see from where you're at what happens, but they basically deny him entry based on whatever they just learned.
Interesting.
But they don't like arrest him or anything. They just push him out. And the guy's like looking rather aggressive, and he like argues for a moment, and you can't quite make out. Well, how close are you trying to get?
Still kind of in between the statue and the escalators and stuff like that. I don't want to.
Okay.
Just milling about, not trying to be like
you're watching
in
from-
line or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, so you can't quite make out, especially with the sound of the waterfall above, which you might assume is kind of also meant to mask some of the conversations held at security, as an added level of privacy against the public. But this person looks kind of aggressive and steps back through, grabs his stuff, and marches back out the front door, looking rather upset.
Interesting.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Um,
Kit, have you come back down the stairs, or were you still in the stairwell?
I was still in the stairwell, but I was just looking at the door and seeing if there was like people right there at this door, or it was just like another hallway or something.
Really, you walk in, you turn to the right, you would see the stairs leading down to a layer, and then turning, assuming going back down to the main floor. And then you're just looking straight at a white door. All of this is just painted white.
Oh, okay.
but
So
it-
there's no door on the staff only door, or no window on the
No.
staff only. Okay.
No.
Okay, then I probably would have come down.
Okay. So you meet Alsvid back in the lobby.
so I don't think we're getting through security at all.
What makes you think that?
Let's just say it's very thorough. Like very thorough.
What do you mean, like strip search thorough, or?
I mean, damn near. I even watched some dude get like a swab, like DNA thorough, like.
Were they testing for X?
I mean, that'd be kind of hard, because, like, you gotta imagine some people are working here that are users. There's some that aren't. I mean, how would you distinguish? No, I don't know. But yeah, it's something.
Are there pictures of like scientists and like people who work in the building, like this guy does this on the wall anywhere?
Roll another perception.
Okay.
I need more named NPCs, please.
Cantina 13, I need you.
3.
3, okay. Wait a second.
Because, you know, like, like at my dentist's office, it's like, here's the dentist, here's the orthodontist, here's, you know, here's our top teeth cleaner.
Yeah, here's the head of this. Here's this guy.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Meter for this. This is.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, okay, so on a side wall, on the right side of the room, sure. Can I take a fate point for that?
For me?
Yeah. Saying you
Yeah, you
established
can.
that story detail?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's portraits of a few of the members of prominence on the side wall with a small placard underneath. First of all, one is Harold Faust. His is rather large and central, and it says Arch Luminary of Intelligence. But just adjacent to it, slightly smaller, is Kieran Gold. And it says like main financier of Institute of Technology or Progress. And then on smaller portraits, kind of in a row, you see 4 other members. One is in a suit. His name is Beckett Pierce. I'm gonna have to write these down. I'm not gonna remember these.
I can write them down really quick for you. Let's see.
Beckett Pierce.
Okay.
He is the CEO.
Okay.
Then you have Tariq Lindbergh. Says Lindbergh. They are the head scientist of Progress. Then you have Dwayne Finch.
Said back in English.
And he is the lead engineer. And then, last but not least, you have Wilfred Coffey. Koffi. Wilfred Coffey. Coffey. And she is head of research. Beckett, again, he's in a suit. His hair's kind of slicked back. He's got kind of that stock photo smile that you see. Tariq Lindbergh is a kind of caramel-skinned individual, bald head, with this small bit of glasses, and they're in a white lab coat. Dwayne Finch is kind of a mousy-looking guy. He's got hair just on the sides of his head, bald on top, a little bit of weight, and a somewhat prominent under chin, like double chin, but almost like unhealthy, like he needs to have it checked out. That's peeking over a collared shirt that is barely closing at a necktie. And then Wilfred Coffee, she's also in a white lab coat. She's got kind of a stern look on her face. Her hair is in a tight bun. With a small red lipstick, a conservative neckline, and she's a slightly older individual, maybe late 40s.
Okay. Is there a a front desk?
Just behind the statue, if the security's kind of on the back right corner of the lobby, directly in the middle behind the statues, where the rest of the waterfall kind of meets, behind now a glass wall that avoids having the front desk splash with any sort of water. There are 2 people standing at a large white desk.
I think I'd like to meet Mr. Finch today. Al, we need to go shopping.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
I have a job interview today with Mr. Finch. I need to look my best.
Ah. Okay. I guess let's go shopping.
Let's go shopping.
Shopping montage. Steps out of dressing room.
No, but here's my plan. I think the only way I'm getting through, or any of us are getting through there, is if we have business on the other side. So, I think the best plan of action is for me to have an appointment or interview with one of the many wonderful, beautiful looking individuals on the wall. Specifically Mr. Finch, because I know I can at least talk the talk.
Okay. I mean, that's
Or at least under the guise to get my foot in the door. I don't necessarily have to talk to Mr. Finch, but you know.
I mean, that'll at least get you in there.
Yes, but also, you know that staircase that I went down?
Yeah.
There's a staff door.
I'm gonna try to work your way around. And I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yes. I think this might be our best plan of action. Otherwise, I don't think we're getting through those.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting through the main entrance like that at all. Other than if this works, because the tried and true high-vis vest and maintenance entrance is always an option.
It's an option, but I don't see anyone in here.
Well, again, this is the main entrance. I mean,
It's true. That will be a second attempt, but
that's usually a hush-hush thing. But also, let's see what we can do first. It's proper reconnaissance.
So you're going shopping for a new outfit?
I mean,
And I okay coffee.
just something that looks,
Nicer? What are you wearing
I mean,
now?
probably overalls and a t-shirt.
Because the last you went to a fight in the conservatory.
Yeah.
You got away. You hid out in a safe house for a night.
Oh yeah, I probably look like trash right now.
You haven't showered.
Mm-mm.
So yeah.
I probably just look. I think I'm wearing that black dress with black boots and a leather jacket.
Leather
I
jacket?
think
Yeah. That belonged to Liana that you took from
So-
Theo's house.
So really weird, like walk of shame outfit.
But I probably smell like a garbage pit too, and my hair's probably out to here at this point.
Yeah, you are not looking your best for an interview for sure.
No.
So how are you gonna correct that?
I'm gonna go full, montage.
Roll resources for me. So I want to know how much cash available you have to spend.
Shit, I got Theo's Amex.
God, I have no money, so -2.
Literal moths fly out of your pocket and out of your purse.
Can I call Theo?
Sugar Daddy, can you why are we some money?
He's not here. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to paint him into a corner.
Do we go see Truman?
I vote yes, just so he has to do the voice.
My only thing would be do I call Theo's assistant and see if Liana left anything in her dorm room?
Oh, you could. Tabitha?
Yeah, do I call Tabitha and see if Liana left anything maybe in her dorm room that I could possibly borrow? Because I know I don't have anything at home.
I mean, you gotta imagine she didn't move out of her dorm.
Yeah, she just...
Why don't you have anything at home?
It's who I am.
Interview worthy?
Not interview worthy, unless I go to Grand's closet.
Oh, I thought you just meant you had no clothes. It's like,
No, I don't have anything that's...
nicer.
I don't have money, so I have to...
And most of your clothes are probably to work in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
They all got stains on them.
Yeah. Okay. Can I call Tabitha?
Sure.
Okay.
Trying to think where we were at this days ago. Okay.
Tabitha left with Liana.
This is. So, phone rings. Doesn't ring long. Hello? Who is this? What do you want?
Tabitha? It's...
How do you know my name?
I'm Theo's friend Kit. With the red hair.
Kit, darling, how are you? Are you safe? Are you safe? Did they come after you too?
No. I'm okay. But there's something you could do for me. I'm kind of in a bind and I need some clothes. Can you ask Liana if she has any interview appropriate clothing for me to borrow? Maybe in her dorm or puts that, I don't know.
And so you're going for an interview while we are in hiding for our lives? Are we not all on the same page here?
I'm doing a favor for someone, and it's not really I just need some appropriate clothing that don't look like I work out of a garage.
Oh.
I'm not going for a job interview.
What? 1 second. And you hear her kind of take the phone away. Liana, yeah, I've got Kit here on the phone. You remember Kit, the redhead? Yeah. That one you don't like, right?
Tell that ginger bitch to shut the fuck up.
She's asking for your clothes, dear. I don't even know. Here, I'm just gonna let you talk to her. Here. Talk to her. Hi. Kit, was it?
Hey, Liana. What's up, girl?
Oh, what's up, girl? First you try to steal my man, now you're trying to steal my clothes.
Your man.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the way the Vox was looking at you the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got something going on or what? Just get me
No.
out of the picture, make me and Tabby go into hiding. I bet you planned this whole thing out, didn't you? This is a big ruse, just so you can take my Vox.
You really think I would go through all these hoops for
Okay.
hipster boy?
Bitch, I don't know you. And he's not a hipster. He is an artist with his tongue.
All right,
He's a poet, okay? He's a poet.
Okay. So, does Lionel ring a bell?
No? Should it?
She hung out in the Knights of Axiom, correct? Because she was the one who...
I don't know if you ever were in hearing distance. Leon's never been to the hub.
Oh.
Most people don't. That's why when you guys keep showing up with randos, it's a big deal.
Okay, that I didn't know that information.
Yeah, they have kind of a network, and a lot of people get assignments.
Just
Yeah.
wherever. It's
Mhm.
not okay.
It's not
So
all
that's-
out of the hub.
That's why I didn't understand. Okay, so now that clicks a lot of things. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that won't make sense to you then.
You gather if she knew Lionel, she would put two and two together why you looked familiar
Mhm.
while he was looking at you funny. But no, she doesn't know Lionel.
Okay. Well, I will tell you very, very, very strongly that I am not here for Vox. I am not after your gentleman caller. Got lots of shit going on in my life that I need to sort out. Vox just happened to know someone close to me and actually helped me find them again.
Great. Sounds like you had a really nice adventure together.
Yeah. Anyways.
Listen, Theo said not to stay on the phone too long, so if you want something, spit it out or I'm hanging up.
Okay, I need to borrow your clothes. I need to do something for Theo. And the KOA. So, I need to borrow your clothes.
And there's like a brief pause.
Baubelt needs my help.
I don't know who the fuck Bobbles is, but
She wouldn't have known. Okay, never mind.
she's
I
never
know.
been.
Okay. I need to help the KOA, and yes,
You're part
I'm
of
not
the
gonna-
KOA.
yes, I'm not going to talk about it anymore on the phone because again, Theo said not to stay on the phone too long. I need to borrow your clothes. Please let me in your dorm room so I can borrow some.
Roll a charisma or rapport.
Three.
Is her dice.
Again, a brief pause. This had better be for the fucking greater good. If this comes back to bite my ass, I'm coming for yours. You hear me?
Cool. Great.
And she explains where her dorm's at and how her roommate always leaves a key under the mat at her dorm.
Great. Thanks. I'll appreciate it. I'll leave your leather jacket on the bed.
You're wearing my leather jacket?
You can thank Tabitha for that one.
Tabby! And she hangs up.
All right, let's go. This is turning into a reading some other bitch's closet.
Whole day. So you're pretty much downtown in the Prism Square. But High Point University is on the other side of town.
Fuck.
So you walk in, taking a bus, you're stealing a car.
Taking some tunnels.
We don't know the path to the tunneling.
We'd have to
There
go
are-
back,
You don't have a direct path. You don't know the direct path, but as established before, there are kind of some signage kind of telling
Okay.
you about where you're at. It would take
probably-
you a while to find your way that way.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Could
hot wire a car, like a normal looking car.
take a car in the middle of downtown. There's public transit.
You know how many stops that public transport takes? Right over here, there's a ride share. Right around the corner, there is a ride shared parking lot. I'm sorry. I will spend a fate point to make
No,
that.
I'll allow a parking lot.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's simple.
Okay. So, my God, you're just going along with this, you rogue. So you go down the street. Off the main thoroughfare, there is a small parking garage, just 2 levels. It's downtown, so there's plenty of people walking. Not obviously within the parking garage, but outside it. And then you have the added number of people around the construction crane. So you have to go like past the crane down the street that it's construction's occurring on. So they have one side of the sidewalk closed, and you go down, and just a half block there's a parking garage.
Okay, I'm gonna walk to the second floor and find just like a random whatever car. It doesn't have to be like expensive, fast, whatever. It just needs to not draw attention. And I'm going to try to break in.
Okay.
Actually, you can break in. You break in. You have better rolls than I do. I'll hotwire if you break in.
Just steal a car in the middle of fucking day.
Al, you took this on. You sent us on this journey, and you asked me to come.
I didn't send it.
Only. Mm,
All right, let's find a Kia. They're notoriously easy to break into. Ooh, that's a minus. That is a +6.
+6? Shit.
My burglary is already a 4.
Wow. Okay. So, as you're like rolling your eyes and you're complaining, and she's arguing with you before she even finishes, you asked me to come, you already have the door open.
I told you, find a Kia. They're notoriously easy to break
Mhm.
into.
Well, at least you redeemed yourself from last time.
Hey, look, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm,
As
yeah.
I'm like putting the Slim Jim that she like used to open the last car back in my pocket. Thanks.
All right,
Make a stealth roll, by the way,
both of us.
unless you don't care about being seen.
No, I think I care. Man.
A 3.
That is also a 3.
Okay, you're fine. You time it so that when you initially go there, there's a car exiting the parking lot and drives by, and so you just make sure not to do anything sneaky or suspicious until it's out of sight. You don't really see anybody, and it doesn't seem like anybody notices what you're doing.
I'm gonna hop in the driver's seat and hotwire it to start, I guess.
Roll crafting.
It is a 3.
All right, it takes you a moment as you're like gloating in front of Al and making him feel bad for last time, and now this is taking you longer than it should. but eventually you get the spark, and it roars to life.
Don't be making that face, sir.
I'm just saying.
You picked the car.
I'm just saying, it's a Kia. They're notoriously easy to fucking get into.
Yeah, and they're notoriously bad cars.
That's what they're notoriously easy to get into. Doesn't mean it's a good car. Good cars are usually kind of hard to get into.
I'm adding my notes. They stole a car just so they didn't have to take the bus.
True criminals.
All right, so now you got a car.
All right.
It somehow takes us longer to get to the downtown traffic than it would for the bus.
Not the way I drive.
In downtown?
Speaking of, roll drive.
Is it too?
You're like, not the way I drive. Cut to being stuck in traffic.
Follows the bus the entire way there.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
It probably takes you about 20 minutes to
That's not
get
bad.
to the other side of town, stuck behind this bus. And as soon as it makes a turn off the side street, you're like, yes, and you pull forward and there's another bus. And you're stuck behind that one all the way to High Point University, where it drops off some people. You might recognize one of the families inside the Institute of Progress. So yeah, you're on her directions. She said that she lived off the main quad. So you pull up to the main kind of front entrance of High Point, where there's this large yard area. There's this stone archway that enters, and at the end of that large courtyard, you see a large building, but off to either side, smaller buildings. And she kind of explained that off to the left side, there's a cluster of buildings, and that one of her is her dorm. And she's on do we establish the 4th floor?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where, what's his name?
Wayland.
Wayland was waiting
Mhm.
for.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, because I bet you it's only stairs. So, I'm gonna run up the stairs to her dorm, and find the door. And look under the mat.
And sure enough, there's a key. And next to the key, there's a note that that says, "By the way, need the room tonight."
Gross.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door, or put the key in the lock and open the door.
Just
Wait. Is there a sock or a hair tie or something on the door?
no, there's nothing on the door handle currently.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock and then unlock the door.
So as you're knocking, and going to unlock it, you're putting the key in and turning it. But as you're turning the handle, it's almost like the handle's turning itself, and a young woman opens the door.
I'm going to hi.
Hi. And it's this
I'm-
cute little blonde thing, almost like the complete opposite of Liana. Liana wears a lot of darker clothes. She's kind of got some punk vibes, but she's wearing this kind of put together ensemble, lighter pastels, nice makeup, but hair that she probably took 20 minutes to do every morning. Hi, who are you?
I'm I'm gonna put on like this, hey, kind of voice. I'm Liana's friend. I'm here to drop off some clothes and borrow some of hers. She said their key was under the mat. I hope that's okay. That's why I knocked. I didn't want to just walk in.
Oh, yeah, I always lose that thing, so, yeah, I try to keep it extra. The RA's kind of pissed about it.
I mean, better to keep it in one place than constantly in your purse. I mean, who knows what goes in that thing?
Exactly. You said you're Liana's friend?
Yeah. I'm I'm staying on the other side of town, and instead of going all the way back to my apartment and grabbing clothes, she said I could just grab some before I head to. Um, I have an interview, and I just need, you know.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Elena. She puts out her hand.
Oh, Kit, nice to meet you. You're very different than Liana. How did you two end up being roommates?
Oh, well, last year we just kind of got placed together. But, you know, they say opposites attract. And
And it just kind of worked. Yeah.
yeah, it kind of works. And plus we have very different schedules, so it's almost like living alone.
Yeah. I get that.
I haven't seen her in a couple days, though. Have you heard from her?
Just talked to her on the phone. She's fine. She's visiting some family. She just needed some R&R, you know.
Oh,
Her boyfriend kind of, was you know.
she's got a boyfriend?
I
She never
guess
talks
you
to me about
know
these
that.
things. Oh, do you know if she's going to be back by tonight?
I don't think so. She said she was enjoying time with her family, so
Oh,
I
okay.
think you should be good. I'll definitely send her a text, though. I did see the post-it. I'll let her know.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll and she kind of looks out the door and lifts up the mat and grabs the post-it. Then, don't need this. Crumbles it.
I'll definitely let her know, and I will lock the door on my way out.
Oh, okay. I'm still here, so you don't have to.
I thought you were leaving. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you knocked, so I
Oh.
opened the door.
Yeah. I'm a little bit in a hurry. I'm running late for an interview.
An
So-
interview, and she's like looking you up
Yeah.
and down, and like looking at the state of your hair. Oh,
Yeah. Do you understand why? It's been a walk of shame.
been there, done that. Al, where are you right now, by the way?
I am staying in the car. I am not
Okay.
a part of this. I am not part of this. I'm kicked back, taking a nap between classes, if that's what anybody wants to know.
Okay. Yeah, I know how that feels. Do you want me to help you with that?
Oh my god, I would super appreciate it. Can I also borrow your shower?
Oh, it's a public. for the
Can I?
most part.
I borrow some shampoo and some stuff.
Do you go here?
I don't. Interview? Big. My first big girl job. I have a degree in engineering, and I'm interviewing for an engineering job today. So
No way!
yeah. So stupid me, stayed over some guy's house last night. Didn't remember that the interview was today, and now
Okay.
this is what happens when you don't write things down.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. And she's going over. She grabs this little shower caddy. I want you to take this. I want you to go down the hall. Don't use shower number 2. It doesn't get hot. Don't use shower number 4. It only gets hot.
Okay.
1 and 3. 1 and 3. Okay.
Okay. One
You're
three.
gonna
One
take
three.
care of yourself. I'm going to put together the perfect ensemble for you.
Were you an angel sent from above?
Do you know what? That is not the first time I've heard that today.
Ugh. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna scatter down the hallway to the showers.
Okay, so as you're showering, you do that. And she includes like a towel and a robe. So when you come back, on her bed, it seems like a little bit of mix. She says, okay, so I put myself into your boots and I thought, I'm going to be an engineer today. I'm going to rock this job. What do I wear? So I grabbed this shirt, and it's a darker gray. It's kind of looser fitting from Liana, but I wanted to make a statement because I want to rock this job. And so she pulls up this pair of hot pink pants. And I think it looks super cute with these heels. And this jacket. It's a little bit of hers, a little bit of mine.
You are a genius.
Now, how much time do we have?
Ugh. She like looks at like her watch. What time would it be?
It's at this point early evening, like 4.
Ugh. 5 o'clock is my deadline.
Okay.
So
Fast it is. Take a seat. She sits you in front of a mirror and instantly starts like blow drying and like trying to brush out and tease out your curly red locks. It pulls out a straightener and giving you a. She's doing this with speed as if, you know, she does this every day. She's like, I actually have really curly hair too, but no one's seen it in the last 10 years.
mm.
And she kind of spins you around and pulls out a makeup pad and starts doing a little bit of eye makeup, some blush. Does Kit normally wear makeup?
No, she probably doesn't.
So after she finishes all that and puts your clothes on, this is a brand new kit. You are in these little red pumps, not red and pink don't go, little black pumps and hot pink pants with this darker, kind of a sleeveless, but with the, what color jacket would you want?
I don't.
What would match? It's like a camel. It's like a.
Oh, yes.
Why did I just love like playing dress up with Kit?
Every episode needs a dress up with Kit.
Yeah. And your hair is like straight and has Kit ever seen her look like this before?
No, probably not, because, you know, she lives in a garage. Like, she doesn't care. She throws her hair up and that's it.
So by the time it straightens, it's a little longer. It's probably towards like between your shoulder blades.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a slight little curl on the ends and especially in the front, off to parted right down the middle. With makeup. You look amazing, Kit.
I've never seen myself like this before.
Yeah. See? Look what happens with just a little bit of effort.
How can I repay you? You have been... She grabs her shoulders. And she gives her a hug.
I just like being someone's angel every day. And today, it's you. But can I have your number?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a little busy at, the time, but give me a call, leave a message.
When I need to repay this favor.
And I'm great at fixing cars.
Noted. Go get him, Kit. Go get him! I'm gonna see how you do after. I'm gonna give you a call, okay?
Yes, please do. I would love someone to talk to. The people I sometimes surround myself with doubt my abilities.
Oh. As long as you never doubt yourself.
And she grabs her hand and squeezes. Kisses! I will see you later.
See you, sis.
And she's gonna get in the car next to Al and say, "Don't say a fucking word."
So I was just taking a... Man, this isn't your car.
I said, shut up.
No, I mean, that's not a lie. This isn't your car, but this also isn't you.
We're all pretending to be someone we're not today. Let's go
So you're going
I'm
back
going
to
to
the.
ro- Yeah, I'm gonna roll drive.
Okay.
And that time it's a 3.
All right.
Faster bus.
You don't quite get stuck in traffic as much. Now that you see that the main thoroughfares are clogged, you kind of take some side streets. You get there a little faster. Are you going back to that parking garage?
Yeah, and probably put the car right back where we got it from. Same spot.
Okay. I was going to play that out, but no time. So you park the car and you're going back to the institute?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And I'm going to just confidently walk over to the front desk. And excuse me, I'm here to see and she opens her book. Dwayne Finch? Is it?
Al, are you with her?
No, I'll be in the lobby. Like, I'd come in like after her.
Uh-huh.
Still keep eyes on her, but the plan is to go through the thing, so I'm playing tourist till she gets in.
And this receptionist in like a white bodycon dress. There's a lot of white in this area, you can tell. It stands out against the kind of darker statue and the bronze engravings along the edge of the roof. Oh, Mr. Finch? Is he expecting you?
I think so. I think our interview was today. I should write things down. I'm so sorry. I think so.
Oh, well. This doesn't bode well for your interview now, does it?
I know, but engineer's brain, we're constantly thinking. It's better to be thinking about other things than other things.
So deep. She picks up a phone. Hi, yes, I have what was your name? Miss?
You're gonna break her.
I'm gonna be. I didn't think I had to think of NPC names today. Caroline Brand.
You sure you want to go with that?
Caroline Brand?
I have a Caroline Brand here for Mr. Finch. I see. Okay, I will let her know. There's no appointment with Mr. Finch. I apologize. You must have your days confused.
I drove all the way from the university today, too. All right.
Al, roll a perception.
Holy shit. Oh, big yikes.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use Fleet of Foot in Mind
Okay.
to reroll. Okay, that's at least somewhat better. So these are all perception. That's +3.
So as you're scoping out and you're seeing Kid at the front desk, coming out through security is somebody that you might recognize from one of the portraits. You see this kind of portly gentleman with hair along the outside of his head, nothing on top, and a large double chin protruding over his tight collar.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, I was told Mr. Finch was just leaving for the day.
It's quite all right. And I'm gonna turn around and kind of like, thank you. I thank you for your time. My busy brain, but hopefully I'll see you again soon. And she turns around and
Hope so. For light and love.
and she walks slowly towards the front door as she's trying to figure out what she's doing.
So as you're walking towards the front door, you can roll your own perception check.
It's a 2.
So yeah, you're walking towards the front door, like you're stuck in your head thinking, shit, what do I do next? What do I do next?
Just look at me. Just look at me.
I guess I'm gonna look at Al. Like I'm trying to find Al anyway,
Yeah.
because I'm like, what do I do? Like,
Just big eyes. Just big eyes. Yes.
So he's gesturing towards Dwayne Finch, who's walking out, and he's looking at like a tablet in his hand as he's exiting the building.
I'm gonna walk quickly and accidentally bump into him.
Okay. Just to see how hard he takes it, roll a fight.
Yeah, just tackle his ass real good. Like
You're not gonna do any damage, but
you're distraught.
A 0.
I'm not-
okay. So he rolled worse against your defense. So you bump him and he actually drops the tablet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Watch where you're going, young lady.
I'm so sorry. My brain was just a million places. I'm trying to figure out how to get the. Oh, Mr. Finch.
Yes.
Hello. I'm Caroline Brand. I must have gotten our interview dates mixed up. I'm so sorry.
Interview. We had an interview.
Yes, for a engineering intern.
Roll rapport.
Okay, I have a +2 at least. Okay. Someone.
A 1? Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't recall, but and he pulls out a card. Here, this is my assistant. You must call her. She'll put it on my schedule.
Okay. Thank you. I have a good evening.
You as well.
And she hands him back his tablet.
Thank you. And he starts shuffling off.
After she stole all his information via RFID.
In the shuffle, did he drop anything else?
Yeah, he dropped his tablet.
Okay.
He had some ring of keys. You did notice that he had a key card attached to one of those zippy lanyards, kind of pinned to his breast jacket pocket.
Can I meta basically did he drop his keys?
He drops a ring of keys, yes.
Okay, so I would have pocketed them. Do you want me to roll
Yes.
stealth? Okay. Stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, man, if only
That's a 1.
this is not your forte.
No, it's not. But what are you gonna do? Run over Mock's speed, grab them off the floor, and run away?
But miss, I believe those belong to me.
Oh. Funny. Here you go.
Thank you. At this point, he's like eyeing security, and he just kind of gestures his eyes at you, and puts his keys deep in the inside pocket of his jacket. I'll be going now.
Have a nice day.
And he kind of scuttles over as one of the security guards just starts kind of sauntering his way over towards you.
I'm going to pretend I'm really upset that I just flubbed our conversation. Stupid. Gotta get this job. I'm gonna start crying. I'm fake crying at this point.
Nice. Okay. Is there like a performance?
I don't think there's a performance. Maybe more. It'd probably be more of a deceive.
Yeah. Okay. Give me your deceive.
Okay.
And you're just watching it happen, Al.
I'm the -1.
Hands are tied up.
Here's a -1.
You're like, boo hoo hoo hoo.
I'm so stupid.
Ma'am, is there an issue?
I'm so stupid. I just flubbed an introduction with someone that I would really like a job with. It's okay. You ever just get so nervous that your brain goes stupid?
No.
I'm glad you don't have that problem.
It's not in my line of work.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're here to see the exhibit, take your look. Otherwise, please be on your way.
Thanks. And I'm gonna walk out the front door.
You have some good backup there, Kit.
Yep.
There's not much I can do there. What do you mean to do? Just tackle motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's okay, Grandma. We need to take you back to the home. You can pull one of those.
Okay, yeah. Let me just tell Kit she's a grandma.
This now done-up ginger walks in with her heels, going back to the home.
Come on now. You know you got dementia.
Kit's done. She's done drying at this point. Unless Al has something else.
At this point, the only way, and obviously I'm walking out and talking with her. The good old high vis vest, I guess. You're an engineer. I'll like gesture up towards the crane. Clearly, they're working on something.
Okay, so I went to the School of Hard Knocks. I did not go to a classified university.
Yes, I understand that, but you don't. It's not like we're interviewing to fucking work for the construction company. You know how to build things. To, like.
Okay, no, I don't know how to MacGyver things. I don't really. Where's a damn clipboard?
So now you're outside, and around the corner, kind of on the corner of the building, it's kind of roped off, and you can see the side of the crane as it's high above. And this is a massive crane. It's super tall to get some things from the outside. And there's some people milling about. There's one guy kind of surveying, looking, crossing some things off his list, kind of shouting some orders, holding a clipboard.
So, my question now is, do they have one of those little trailers for like the foreman and whatnot?
They don't want to block the entire street, so there's a small, not a full trailer, but what am I trying to think of? Almost like a truck that you could be inside. Not quite an RV size or anything like that, but a smaller office, mobile office, essentially.
Yeah, they make little like towable half trailer things, little like
Mhm.
shed looking
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So am I going in as OSHA or
OSHA doesn't exist. Come on.
That definitely fell away.
From Aurora. Yeah, so these guys usually work on a schedule. So all we gotta do is kind of wait it out a little bit, and we can probably get in there, grab some things, do some last minute adjustments or checks, electrical, structural, I don't fucking know, and make our way through the building as is. I mean, push comes to shove, I think I can make a crane work. These guys can make a crane work. I mean, probably just some levers.
levers and buttons? I could do those.
Yeah, that's probably
Is
a
the,
better idea.
is the crane unmanned? Or is there
Make-
someone working on it right now?
Make a perception check.
Roll 2, why not?
4.
That is also a 4.
At this time of day, you start to see some of the guys kind of taking off their gloves and putting them in bags. You do see somebody in the crane, and they kind of position it, lower it down to its lowest level that they can, and then see him shut it down and hop out. What would you like to do?
I think I need a vest and a hard hat. I'm sure there's like a little like workers like assembly area. People are like stowing stuff.
Yeah, you see him kind of throwing it some in the back of the truck, the mobile office. There's kind of these large utilitarian boxes that people are kind
It's
of like throwing some
totes.
shit in. Big totes.
I'm gonna try to just blend. Like like instead of coming out of work attire, I'll just casually be like, act like I'm undressed, like taking it off and putting it away. But I'm just gonna take it and be like, oh wait, I forgot, and then I'll put it back on and go like secure the crane, the load that it's on, just to acquire some.
Okay. Yeah, make a deception roll.
Ooh, okay. Deception is 2. So that's a +4.
Nice. So
Two
yeah,
fives, 6 and a 1.
you're kind of swimming upstream a little bit. People are starting to disperse. There's a few people still packing up. They're talking about what they're gonna do that night. So they don't quite notice you or pay you any attention as you're walking towards one of the totes. You're grabbing a vest and a hard hat.
Yep. You're like, gotta make sure I don't get hit in the head and then go fix this. Because hard hat's gonna save me from a crane falling on me.
Yeah. So then you're hopping up in the crane.
No, I'm just gonna be like tending what's called the actual load itself, like the mast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fake making sure that's there. That's how I'm getting my stuff. Which also helps, lift things up into the air.
So you're not in the driver's seat.
I'm on the load.
You're on the load. Oh, because they lowered it down,
Yep.
and now you're checking it out.
Yeah, I'm checking it out.
Okay.
So what you're hinting is you want Kit to get in the driver's seat and lift
Kit
you
was
up.
like, I could do levers and buttons.
Oh, yeah.
So the girl in the hot pink pants is going to jump in the driver's seat, unnoticed.
They're leaving.
I'll roll a stealth.
Okay.
They're leaving. Also, most of these cranes you have to climb up into.
Oh, no. What is it?
I don't want-
A -1? A -1?
Can I use my aspect? Anything you can do, I can do better.
How?
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here, dude.
At disguising, she could do better than me.
No. No, I'm actually not gonna. I'm not trying to use it. I'm just.
You've never used your high concept, by the way.
What?
Or your
Tim?
trouble. Those are aspects too that you can use.
Yeah. I just changed my high concept anyway.
So
Tim, the
bad.
Toolman Taylor of Aurora.
Cool.
Love it.
But that won't help me with stealth, so.
We don't necessarily need to be
Okay.
too stealthy if it's the end of the day. We just waited a little bit longer until everybody went home.
So with a -1, the kind of the foreman of the job, looking up from his clipboard, and he looks up. He's like, "Hey, whoa, young lady, miss, step back. You're not allowed to be over here."
Excuse you?
Excuse you. This is a construction area. It's not safe.
What do you think? I'm just. Okay, first of all, hold up. You think I would just come onto here and be like, oh, it's a playground? You don't think I have a reason to be here?
No, I do not think you have a reason to be here. You're not on my job. I know who's working on my jobs, and I did not hire a little child, and he didn't even wear appropriate work gear. Get off my site.
First of all, I probably know a lot more than you. Second of all, I'm here to test this.
To test this, we've been using it all day. I can promise you, it works just fine.
Oh yeah, it works. Until that thing right there. Do you see it right here? Look, a little closer. Do you see this belt right here?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a recall on these belts.
Who are you?
I was I'm with the what brand is the crane?
Cat. Like everything.
It's a cloud
Dog.
cat. It's dog.
Dog.
It's a dog.
It's
Crane.
dog. I'm with
Got that
dog. And we're going around with all what barcode? We're going around and checking all of these wherever our product is. I was given the code. This is where
Roll deception.
okay. My brain is just my brain is braining today.
oh my gosh. This is where my actual knowledge of cranes would have
It's a 1, but can I use try me bitch?
Yes, there it is.
Okay. So it's a 3.
I would have said something along the lines of cranes are supposed to be stored with their winches all the way up, and you fucking assholes left it on the ground.
Why was I not informed of this check-in? I'm to be informed of all people coming or going from my site.
I apologize. First of all, it's the end of the day. We're behind because down in University District there was a crane that they're both of the belts busted and it caught on fire. So I was stuck down there doing business most of the day. So I apologize for coming on site late.
Just hurry up and do your thing so I can leave.
I don't need you babysitting me. I'm not a child. Thank you.
I'm responsible for what happens on this site. Something gets fucked up, it's my ass.
Yeah. Well, that's why you didn't know about the belt thing. Let me do my job. I'll check in with you when I'm finished.
I'm going around the corner to grab a coffee. I'll be back in 5.
All right. It will take me 3, so you better chug. And she climbs back up and she closes the door. And then she opens the little window. You're at least supposed to stay at least 500 feet away from the crane when it's being used. Goodbye, sir.
He just like throws his hands and takes his helmet off and marches around the corner.
Take me away.
And I'm going to look at the levers.
I'm gonna hold him real tight.
And I'm going. Is there like a key in the ignition or?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on.
Roars to life. So nervous for you.
What do you want me to roll?
Drive.
God. Okay. Fuck. That's a -2.
-2?
First PC death of the mission.
All right. So,
Okay,
without
hold on.
any knowledge of how this machine works, you
Can I use this? I can't use a stunt. We're not in fight. Can I? Yeah.
you can use
I'm
this
using.
anytime.
I'm gonna use Grease Monkey, which at least makes it a 0, so Al doesn't die.
Sorry, that's +2 to crafts.
When dealing. Oh fuck. Yeah. Never mind.
That's a drive.
It's not a drive. Never mind. Never mind.
So you just intuitively start like moving some levers, and first it lifts the load. Al, roll athletics.
Okay. It's all right. These aren't bad. That's +4.
So you manage. What you're standing on are these long girders, metal girders, and you kind of hook your hand into the hook that's hooked into some chain that's wrapped around them securely. It's secure until it starts being like lifted, and then all of a sudden it's being rocked around, and you start to get kind of this round motion that gets bigger and bigger. And Kit, as you're working this thing, you're trying to counteract it, but you you have no idea how to drive this thing. Hold on.
Wait. I'm sorry.
The girders spin around and crash into the side of the main lobby. Shattering the whole of one side of the lobby. Just underneath the bronze engraving, pieces of it kind of denting and crumbling. Whoever's left in the lobby screaming. Glass everywhere, rubble. Cars now are screeching on the street. The whole world has stopped to view this tragedy.
This building is cursed.
What'd you just roll?
I rolled for civilian injuries.
Oh.
I got 4 negatives.
You killed a family of 4. At least.
Because of the damage, you can only assume that there are heavy injuries, if not deaths. The foreman rushes back around, drops a coffee, and immediately picks up a phone.
Can I take my knife out of my pocket and cut the belt?
From inside the driver cab?
I'm gonna destroy something inside the driver's cab.
Oh, you want to destroy the belt that you showed was on recall. Oh, shit. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Nothing. You've had enough trauma today. We'll give you that small win. And he rushes in, slams open the door, like, grabs you by the scruff of the jacket. Like, yanks you out, like, immediately grabs hold of the levers and does his best to, like, calm, because it's kind of still moving, to calm and shut that down immediately. Al, roll a defense. You were on that load that just came crashing.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
What'd you roll?
I'm trying to survive in my mind. So it's a -1.
All right, I need you to take 1 point of physical stress. And at this point, you were crashed into the window, and you go flying off of these girders, and you kind of sprawl into the lobby. And to the sound of sirens approaching and people screaming, that's where we're going to end today's episode.
No!
It's a good thing I wore my hard hat.
Kit, what have you done?
Oh no!
Oh my god.
I
wanted that to work so bad.
I rolled 4 negatives. 4 negatives.
Oh my god. And the rest of the crew are just on their happy way to Troom Collins right now.
Oh, okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It's actually only a 0, not a -1.
Okay, that's fine. You can still take 1 point of physical stress.
1. I was expecting to be just straight off.
Only because you rolled really well with athletics, and so you were able to hold on as well as you could until it went
We just
crashing
ride the
through.
lightning, baby.
Ride the lightning.
Oh man.
This game, the dice have dictated a lot of things in very interesting ways, and I've found not to fight the dice because a lot of times it ends up working to your benefit. So let's just hope that this really bad thing that just happened will work out for a reason.
Yeah, let's
It's fate. It's fate.
My rolls were shitey today. All very bad rolls today.
In one episode, we had a dress-up montage. You stole a car, put it back,
Killed people.
probably killed people. And we established some fun lore, so that was fun.
I have an idea. We'll be okay.
An idea to get me out of manslaughter?
No. You gotta live with that on your conscience from now on. But also, There are plans. There are plans.
Well, let's see how these plans work out next time when hopefully the whole gang's back together, and I can't wait
When I'm in jail and she's in jail and
to do them in. Britt, I'm gonna let you fill them in the Discord.
tell them what you've done.
Put your nose in it. But until next time, I'm Poser.
I'm here. And she's
Hi.
sad.
That's Kit and Britt. And you just keep geeking out.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, what a mess.